Hey there everyone, welcome back again this video series. In the previous video we have already seen that how generally private data works, how that get transferred to the peer-to-peer instead of sending to the orderer. One thing I want to mention here, that private data never sent to the orderer. Instead that private data get disseminated with the peer-to-peer only. We have gone through the theoretical part. Now we will implement that all the concept which we have just seen in the previous video. So let's jump into the VS Code. Yeah, so here again the folder structure would be same. Another one thing I want to mention here, in some of the previous video where I have created the network using certificate authorities, creating the crypto materials for the network using certificate authority. So I will be using exactly same things, like all the certificate which I have created using certificate authority. Here you can see in the artifact folder we have a private data folder, and inside that we have defined this collection config.json, and here we have defined two different collection. First one is the collection car, and the second one is the collection car private details. So for implementing the private data collection, so we have to add some extra methods in the chain code. So let's see the chain code first. The fabcar go fabcar.go. okay, so you can see here, so I have already implemented most of the methods for the private data, so we will go through one by one actually. And here we are implementing the explicit private data collections. You can see one method is there, create private car. Okay, create private car. In this method I am using for creating the collection private car, and the structure is car transient input. So generally what happen when we send any data, when we send any private data, so we will send as the transient input instead of arguments. So we will not be sending private data as the arguments, instead we will be sending that private data as the transients. So I will show you while invoking the chain code how generally we send that private data. So we get a transient input. So here create private car. So instead just we'll close this. Yeah, so create private car. What exactly we are doing here? So created was one structure, make, model, color, owner, price and key. These are the different things. And the next part we are getting transient input. So as I already mentioned, so while sending the private data we should send as a transient instead of arguments. So when we send as a transient, so we will get like so in the API stub interface we will get one method is there, get transient, so that we can get the transient map. Again, so we got this transient map here. So after that generally we send key value pair. I will show you, just let me show you one thing. Here you can see I'm invoking the transactions using this private data. So instead of arguments, these arguments I'm sending empty, and the transient as the car, it's a key value pair, key and the buffer. And you can see here key have some information like this: key, make, model, color. This all the information is there. So from the Postman also we are going to invoke these transactions. Just do let's go into the chain code. So here we'll get a trans map, and we are again converting. So we are getting that value of that car, key value pair we are sending from there, and we'll get here car as a bytes because we are sending as a buffer from there. So we'll get a car as a byte. So here we have to unmarshal that. You can see here json.unmarshal car data as a byte, and we'll get we are storing in the car input. Okay, again we are doing some basic validation, like does that car have key, have make, model, color, owner and price. These are the just basic validation, just go through this. So the next thing, let's see if we have already that private data available inside our private data collection. So API stub get private data and here we have to mention the collection name and the key of that collection. This is for private data. So in case if we got this, it means that data is already available. So we will throw error from here only. So that data is already available. It's a car actually. And in case if we don't have that, then we are ready to create. Now we are creating this car here, make car input model, and this car object we have already at the top of this structure. We already have make, model, color and owner. These only 5 things are there. Here we have created this car object, car struct, and we are converting into the byte as well, json.marshall car. And finally we have to put that API step.put private data. This is the method for putting the private data, and the first argument should be the collection name. Here we are putting inside the collection car, because in the collection config we have defined these two configuration. First one is the collection car, second one is the collection car private details. So right now we are adding data into the collection cars. And so what is data? So we are adding only make, model, color and the owner of this car. And second argument is the key of that private data, and third argument as the byte, just we have created like marshalling that car object. These 3 arguments required for putting the private data. First one is the collection name, second one is the key, and third one is the actual object. So after putting this, another one thing, this in the collection, second collection we have created collection car private details. So in this collection we will have the price information of that car, and only the organization one member can access that information. So that price we have to create another one private data. Here you can see car private details, owner equal to owner, and price equal to car input dot price. So it means in this private detail we are keeping this information, owner and the price. Actually we could have added price only, but just I added owner as well. This price is confidential actually, that's why we have created the separate collection for that car private details. That is the second collection, which have only so for this collection only org1 msp.member are authorized to perform an action. Right now here we are converting as a byte. After that we are putting it API stuff put private data, and again for put private data we have to provide 3 different arguments here: collection car private details, car input dot key, and third one is the private details object as a byte. Once we have done this, it means we have successfully added these private details of that car in the 2 collection. First one is the collection car, and second one is the collection car private details, and finally we are submitting response car as a bytes. So the first method we have implemented here. Now we will start our network and run this function. At the left side in artifact folder we have the collection configuration file, collection_config.json, and in this file we have 2 collections. First one is the collection car, second one is the collection car private details. So we have to use this collection config. So let's go to the deploy gencode.sh. So here private data config I have mentioned here. I have just given the path because we have to provide this path. So whenever first one, while approving the chain code for the organizations, we have to provide this collection config as well. --collection config private data config, that is the path which we have mentioned at the top of the file, while approving for the both of the organization. Checking commit readiness as well, so we have to provide this config file so that we can get the commit readiness information for approving the organization 2 as well. Next one, while committing the chain code as well, we have to provide this collection config. So make sure that you are providing this collection config for all these places. So the next task is just check if our network is up and running or not. Here basic network 2.0 and here docker ps. So we don't have anything right now, so using that start script I can run all these things together. I will pause this video and I will come back after this procedure is done. Yeah, so our network is already up and running. So we have invoked most of the transaction, most of the things required. Now we can see docker ps. So all the containers are up and running. So another one thing for certificate authority, so I did not start certificate authority containers right now. So artifacts, channels, because I have created all the certificate crypto materials using certificate authorities, organization 1, organization 2 and order certificate authority. So that's why we have to create the certificate authority container as well for enrolling the new users at the runtime. So here we have docker compose file. You can see docker compose.yaml. We have defined these 3 services. Right now we don't have any certificate authority, so we will run the docker compose up in detach mode. Yeah, docker ps, we can see these 3 certificate authority instances are running. Now we can enroll new users at the runtime. Okay, so our network is already up and running. The next task is start our server. Go to API 2.0 ls. Just check if we have already inside API 2.0 we have this wallet. We have nothing in the wallet, right? Perfect. Now start the server. Nodemon app.js. So we have started our server, and make sure that you are taking the latest from this repository, so that in case if you are facing any issue, it will get resolved, because it's working on here. It means it will be working there as well. So I am just keep adding the new changes in a repo. Just every time whenever we open this repo, just get from latest from the master branch. Yeah, so in Fabric API 2.0 I have added some changes I have already mentioned. So right now we can enroll using organization 1 or organization 2 depending on the organizations. And in case you also created the certificates using certificate authorities, so make sure that update these profiles. You can see here connection org1.json. This is a common connection profile, CCP, and you have to add this certificate, TLS certificate or peer 0, peer 1 and certificate authority. And the next one is for organization 2 as well. Yeah, so the next task, invoking the transaction. So first of all we will check for the invocation. We have made some changes here. For while invoking, we are checking the function, what kind of function is there. Let's assume that here if the function name is create private car, because in that case we have to send that private data as a transient, and we have to add the transient store like this. I can show you. So car data, so we are getting the car data from the client. Just let me show once payload. Create private car, this is the API, and here you can see so here you can see you are providing function name, chain code name, fab car, chain code name, channel name, arguments. These peers are not required now in 2.0. I will remove this maybe in upcoming update, because discovery service is responsible for getting this all the information at the runtime, and we will have a special video on discovery service as well. Here in arguments we are sending as empty, and the transient data we are sending like this: car, this is the key value, this is the key, and this is the value of that car. And inside this car again we are sending key, make, model, color, owner, and the price of the car. So coming to the VS Code, here so we are extracting data, the transient data, you can say we are getting as a transient data from the client side. So we are getting the key, object.keys, car data.0, because this object.keys will return array, and the first element will be the key. So later on we have created the empty data buffer, transient data buffer here, and we are adding transient data buffer key. For that key is the car, and buffer dot from JSON stringify car data dot car. So we are extracting that again and converting into the buffer, because it's expecting so while sending we have to add that buffer as well. And here finally this transient data buffer we can set as like this: contract dot create transaction function. We have to provide the function set transient. There are a couple of ways, actually multiple ways for setting this transient, so I am using one of them. And here we have to provide that buffer which we have just created, and finally submit. So after that we will get a response. So for sending any kind of private data we have to send this kind of this kind of payload, like setting the transient instead of arguments. So we will be invoking this. So our server is up and running. So next task is, so before that we will check in the CouchDB. So our network is already up and running, and you can see the CouchDB instance. We have multiple databases here. So first of all we will check this my channel underscore fabcar. It's having all the cars. In initialize ledger function we have added 10 different cars here. The next task, so there are other databases as well, like for this implicit we will cover in the upcoming video. And here you can see my channel fabcar collection cars, the hash of this collection car. So private data collection you can see here. So I have already invoked using command lines, you can see. Just a moment. Deploy chaincode.sh. So here I have already invoked one of the private data 111. This is the information, this is the key actually, and we have invoked this private data transaction using command line, and here we have sent transients data. You can see here key and this information. So we will see what kind of data is there. So private data collection car private details. So here you can see P is the private data and the collection name is collection car private details. as we have already created in the configuration. In the configuration we have these two collection car private details. These two collection will be there, and we have invoked one transaction create private car using command line in deploy code.sh and created both of these two collection, because some of the information is getting added into the collection cars and some of the private details is getting added into the collection car private details. So I will show you here in the private collection car private details. Here we can see that private details like owner and the price, these two fields we have added into the collection car private details. And another one collection car, this is the hash and this is the private collection cars. So for the same key we have all the other information like color, make, model, owner. Let's do one thing. We will invoke one transaction from the Postman and I will show you. So we will create a separate key value pair and we will compare between two different CouchDB instances for the different pair, organization 1 and organization 2. Let's invoke now. So here first of all we have to register the user. So for organization 1 I am registering pavan as a user and I'm sending. Our server is already up and running. So I think we got some error. Okay, so new certificate authority instances I have created using different name, that's why it's showing error in the collection. Here you have to give the proper name. The new name is car-org1 and for the 2 car-org2. So restart the server after doing this change. I'm using node mod, that's why after hitting each save button it's getting restarted. Now we will register user. Yeah, you can see we got this token for this user from the organization 1. Copy and we will create a private car now. Go to the authorization, inherit from auth for parent. So once we have added this, we can use this token for each and every other APIs inside the same collection. Update. Okay, so in the body we will create a key car, this car with the key we will create a unique something 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So this is the key and we will create a make Tesla instead of BMW. BMW A1, color is white, owner is right now pavan and price is, you can add any. So this data we are adding as a private data and we will see on each pair like organization 1 and organization 2. Yeah, here so I have invoking the transactions like transient, we're sending private data as a transient and here key is the car and this is the object of that car. Now I will be invoking using registered user, that is pavan for organization 1. So I'm adding this and here you can see key is the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Make is BMW, model this one, sending this. I think we have to update. I'm getting the token again. So I was using some wrong collection actually previously, the lower collection. So we should use the Fabric Network API. Authorization, update. Yeah, so now I'm invoking the same transaction again using proper correct authorization token. Yeah, so we have successfully added this private data into the blockchain. Now we will see. So using this information we have created the two collection. First one is the collection car and second one is the collection car private details. So I will show in the database. So first of all I will show this collection configuration. All the information related to the car we are saving in the collection cars, and the second thing, the price detail and the owner we are saving inside the collection car private details. So I will be using same one here as well. Yeah, the first is 5984, that is the database for cows peer 0 org 1. Just let me show you. Docker ps, and here you can see peer 0 organization, cows.db 0. Yeah, so cows.db 0 it's running on 5984. So we have to check cows.db 2 as well, which is belongs to peer 0 org 2. 7984, it's running on 7984. Let me increase the font. So this first one is a 5984, that is a peer 0 org 1, and this is a peer 0 org 2, that is 7984. So these two cows.db instances we are accessing now. Yeah, so we have added that BMW, that is the key is 1234 129 128 something. Yeah, this one. So this information we will check. So as per the configuration defined in the collection configuration, so collection configuration, this private data should have both of the organization, org 1 MSP, org 2 MSP, and this collection car private data, this information should have only with this organization. I will show you org 1 MSP actually. So first of all we will see private data collection car. So hash private collection car private data. Yeah, this one P collection car, the naming convention is like this. We can see here 1278, this is the car which we just added, and this having this different type of fields, color, make, model, owner, version, and here exactly same things would be here as well. Private collection car, this one just we have added, invoke this transaction, and this also will have same response, and both of these peer will have same hash as well. I will show you the hash of collection car, hash of collection car. You can see both of the hashes are exactly equal. Let me minimize the decrease some. Yeah, you can see these hash are exactly equal for both of the collections, and this hash is stored on both of the peer. So next one is the private detail car collection should have only one organization, a peer 0 organization one should have that information. You can see here private collection private details, private collection car private details. So here we will have the information of the price detail of this car, owner is pawn, and this is the price. So this information should not be available on the organization 2, peer 0 organization 2. So you can see we don't have any such collection, private collection like this, private collection car private details. We don't have anything, but we have that private collection hash of private collection car, and this hash would be exactly same. So here for the hash collection car private details, these both peer will have exactly same hash here as well. So for the collection car as well and the collection car private detail as well, this both pair will have the hash, but the only information of the private car like price and all the things will be available inside the peer 0 organization 1 only. You can see here. So in the next video we will query this car and we will be working on that implicit meta collection, so implicit collections. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the more update.